Hi everyone, welcome to this session where we will begin discussing the next step of the project proposal, work packages. We will start the chapter work packages with an introduction as well as a short recap of some important terminology. The important takeaway from this session is understanding the link between inputs, activities, outputs, and outcomes. In addition, we will start discussing work packages and how they are relevant to your project proposal and how to link work packages to effectively manage your project. Starting the brief terminology overview, we start with outcomes. By now, we should know that outcomes refer to changes that come from the output or even from lower level outcomes. An example could be improved equitable health of both boys and girls under the age of 5 in rural areas in Region X. When we talk of outputs, we refer to actual products or services resulting from the activities in the project, such as gender-sensitive skills development programs and on-the-job coaching on triage, diagnosis, and primary health care provided to staff, both female and male, in regional health centers of country Y. As the name suggests, activities are the actions taken or work performed using the inputs to produce the outputs. Activities could include conducting training needs assessments, including consultations with male and female staff, or designing gender-sensitive training materials. Lastly, inputs refer to any kind of resources that are used to create outputs through activities to achieve outcomes. These can be in the form of money, time, equipment, labor, materials, or technology. This graphic provides a nice overview of the terminology and an example of wells being built to improve the health of all members of the community. And you can see that each heading that we've mentioned, from inputs, we see that we need funding, we need labor, people, and of course we need material, are spent on activities. So procuring the materials, hiring the builders, monitoring the construction, and at the end we have an output of wells being built according to specific regulation specifications. And here we have the development results. We've got immediate, intermediate, and ultimate outcomes. Which brings us to outcomes. We can further break down the overarching outcomes into 3 sections. We have our ultimate outcomes, intermediate, and immediate. Starting with our ultimate outcomes, it's our final overarching goal. It's the reason why the project was initiated. Our ultimate goals describe the changes in conditions of the beneficiaries. Ultimately, we want to change the conditions in which the beneficiaries find themselves, for example, improved health. Intermediate outcomes, which we can call the medium-term outcomes, target a change in behavior, practice, or performance of the beneficiaries. Although dubbed medium-term, these outcomes are usually seen towards the end of the project. These could be increased use of business development and financial services by micro-enterprises, particularly those led by women in Province Y of Country X. Lastly, when we look at immediate outcomes, we address the change in capacities, which refers to the capability or competence of the project beneficiaries. This could be in the form of improved knowledge, skills, awareness, or abilities. An example of this is increased awareness of trade in solar and wind energy as an opportunity for growth among small and medium-sized enterprises in Country X. If you remember the slide from a few sessions back, you can see where these outcomes align with the theory of change tree. We have our ultimate overarching problem, which relates to our ultimate outcomes. Then at the bottom, we have both our intermediate outcomes and our immediate outcomes, because we're looking at the behavioral underlying causes as well as the systemic underlying causes. And there we see a change in attitude, knowledge, and capacities. So going forward, you'll use the connection of your outputs, so your tangible things, or your non-tangible things, your products, your services that you're actually producing, as well as your outcomes to develop your work packages. That's it for this session. Thank you very much.